Hi there, my name is Dale. I'm with Southwest Exteriors, and today we're going to talk about some cracks in your drywall and what that might be caused from. Stay tuned. All right, so let's say you've noticed cracks in your wall, right? So the first one being just a hairline crack. You have a crack running, let's say it's vertically up your wall, and it's just a very small crack that's following a pretty straight line. Usually that's an indication that there's no tape between the two pieces of drywall that have happened and it just wasn't mudded and taped properly, or maybe the tape's coming a little bit loose and you're developing a crack. A lot of times that shows up on the corners where there's corner metal around, and you'll just develop a crack because something's hit it or something like that. Those are usually pretty minor things, and it just takes a little bit of spackle and maybe some texture and paint, and you're pretty much on your way. The second thing would be a little bit more severe cracking, right? So maybe you're seeing some separation between your wall and the roof or the ceiling, and with that type of separation, you really need to start looking at other things and seeing what's going on. Those can be caused from ambient moisture from cooking. There's just enough moisture in the air to soften the drywall and cause it to have issues. It could be from a plumbing leak in the wall where the water is actually sitting in the wall. Let's say you have an upstairs bathroom, it's leaking down. That can cause drywall issues, especially along your ceiling line. And then you can also have a roof leak, which would cause similar damage from water. So we don't see a lot of roof leaks necessarily in San Antonio compared to a lot of other areas in the country, but it definitely can happen. So just kind of something to be aware of when you're kind of assessing what's going on with the problem. The next thing to talk about is going to be from the house moving and from settling. Whether you're over an aquifer or you have, sandy ground conditions, or maybe you're directly on bedrock, all of these things kind of have different ways that they can influence your house motion over time. And those show up a lot of times on your drywall. Kind of your drywall's a little bit, I guess, the more brittle area of your house, and if everything's not done properly, it can show up really fast. Depending on the conditions and what you're seeing, that cracking can show up in other areas as well, not just your drywall. Obviously, any tile floors, any grout or brickwork. I think most of us in San Antonio have seen where people have rock work on their homes, as we do here, and you'll see the rocks separating. There'll be big cracks going up the wall, and a lot of times that's settling. And it's not so much the weight of the house and the brick, it's more the conditions of the ground underneath it and how everything is settling and moving. So thanks for joining me on the Home Solutions channel, and those are some of the causes and repairs for common drywall things. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Other than that, click the link below and we will see you soon.